Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Kara and today's video is going to be a frequently asked questions video on both Asheville and real estate. Alright, let's jump right into it. So I have a few questions that I saved on my phone that I get asked quite a bit from people, and I also posted something on Instagram yesterday. If you don't follow me, I will leave my Instagram name here and also the link in the description box below if you want to follow me over there. But I left a question box over there asking you guys anything that you had questions on either Asheville or real estate or both. So I'm going to break the video up into 5 questions on Asheville and then 5 questions on real estate. Hey guys, so I was just in the middle of editing the video that you are currently watching, and it turns out it was going to be a really long video. So I'm actually going to break it up into 2 separate videos. This one is just going to be the Asheville questions, and then in a couple weeks or so I will release the real estate related FAQ. So, alright, back into the video. So the first question is, what is the economy like in Asheville? I would say that probably the largest source of jobs around here would be anything related to tourism, so anything in the retail industry, restaurants, really anything like that. That's definitely going to be very big. Asheville is also a very big artist town, so there's a lot of competition there, but it does definitely attract a lot of artists. There are also a lot of people coming in and fixing up homes, so if you are in construction, as probably a lot of places in the country right now, you're likely very busy, but I would definitely say that that would be a good industry as well. I think probably the health industry is pretty good as well. There's definitely a variety. I mean, people tend to say if you come to Asheville, you should bring your own job, but I can't really speak from personal experience since I am self-employed and I have not been in the job market here in Asheville, but I would say that those industries do tend to be the more popular ones. Alright, question number 2 is Asheville an expensive place to live? So this is definitely a question that's going to have different answers depending on where you're coming from and what you're used to. So I would say if you're coming from somewhere like New York City or California or maybe Colorado, it's not going to seem that expensive. At least that's the impression that I get. But if you're coming from a more rural area, Asheville probably will seem more expensive. So for me personally, I've lived in Florida, I've lived in Raleigh, North Carolina, and I've lived in Pennsylvania as well. And I don't find that Asheville is that much more expensive than those places. House prices on average are a bit more because Asheville is such a booming and popular area. But I feel like taxes are, again, this is just my personal opinion, but I feel like taxes are unbelievably low here. They're honestly like a quarter of the price compared to where I moved from in Pennsylvania. And in terms of rent, I would say it definitely is going up. So to give you an idea, right now I am renting in a 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom apartment, and I'm paying just under $1,300 a month. So that's probably on the less expensive side in today's market. I mean, I've seen rents up to like $1,800 or more if you want like a detached home. So you definitely have to take that into consideration if you're considering moving here. Food costs I haven't found to be that much different. Gas is a little bit cheaper than where I moved from. So it's really going to be all relative depending on where you're currently living and what you're used to. Alright, question number 3. What is the weather like in Asheville? So personally, I think the weather here is amazing. So the summertime really doesn't get all that hot. If you are not a hot weather person, Asheville is really good for you. I would say most days in the summer, like right now it's mid to end July and the highs are only in the 80s. So we don't get many days over 90 here. If you are not a fan of winter, we don't get a whole lot of snow here either. There are still some winter sports that you can do like snowboarding and skiing, and if you want to drive I'd say probably like only like 30 minutes or so you can find some good places to do that, but it's definitely a more moderate climate. So one of the things that I love about Asheville is that we do get a lot of sun. So I've noticed that even when the forecast says it's going to be a cloudy day, there will definitely still be sun, or it will be rainy, which I don't really mind because it's kind of cozy. But I haven't really found that there are too many cloudy days in a row, maybe like 2 or 3 max. So that's definitely a plus if you love sunshine. In terms of humidity, I haven't found it to be too bad on that front either, but I grew up in Florida, so my gauge of humidity is probably a little bit different. I am not a hot weather person. I hate summer, I hate humidity, but that's why I love Asheville, because it's really nice all year round, honestly. And Asheville actually has one of the longest autumns across the US. All right, question number 4 is, what is your favorite place to hike? So personally, I'm not a super big hiker. I love being outdoors and I love like 1 mile, 2 mile hikes, but I don't do any like backpacking trips or really long like 5 mile or more hikes. But for me personally, there are a few that I've done that I absolutely love. There's Catawba Falls, which is just past Black Mountain, so I think it's probably like 30 minutes outside of town on the east side. And it's a really, really beautiful hike. I think it's about a mile into the waterfall, and there are various little swimming pools along the trail that you can just stop in and relax, have a picnic, whatever you want to do. Definitely recommend that one. There are a ton of other waterfalls. I mean, if you haven't seen my video that I posted about why I love living in Asheville and pros and cons of living here, I'll pop it up on the screen. I do mention some of these places in there too. I mean, there are 200 plus waterfalls in Western North Carolina, so there are basically trails all over the place for waterfalls. A really short little walk that I love is around Lake Tomahawk and Black Mountain. It's about a half a mile around, but it's a beautiful, beautiful lake there. Where else? So Beaver Lake, that's another beautiful one. That's north of Asheville by maybe 5 to 10 minutes, probably 10 minutes. And that's a beautiful 2-mile hike around the lake there. What else is there? Oh, Craggy Gardens. I still have to go there. I don't know how I haven't been there yet, but that is supposed to be a gorgeous spot on the Blue Ridge Parkway. I also have a pass to the North Carolina Arboretum, and there are tons of trails through there that I would recommend. So, I mean, if you love hiking, Asheville has every type of hike for you. All right, question number 5. Do I need a 4-wheel drive vehicle to live in Asheville? So it depends completely on where you live. If you are on the south side of Asheville, like Arden, Fletcher, Hendersonville, you're probably going to be fine unless you are up a mountain or like in a more rural area around there, but you should be fine there. The further you go outside of Asheville, the more likely it is that you will need 4-wheel drive. I personally don't have it. I may end up switching to it. It depends. Kind of how far out I'm going to be going for my clients. I would say if you are living in Asheville, like in Asheville City or right around Asheville, I do not think you need one. We do not get enough snow here for that. But if you are living like 30 minutes or more outside of the city, then you may end up being, especially if you're living on top of a mountain, it might be a good idea for you to get 4-wheel drive. But if you are just around the city, you definitely do not need it. So that covers it today for the Asheville questions. I really hope that you guys like this video. Like I said earlier, I'm going to be posting a second video with the real estate related questions probably in a couple weeks or so. So if you are not subscribed to my channel, definitely hit the subscribe button so that you are notified when that video comes out. Don't forget to hit the like button, leave me a comment, let me know what you learned today and what you would like to see in the future, and I will see you guys very soon in the next one. And the autumn is actually one of the longest months of the year. That didn't make any sense. What I was trying to say is the autumn here in Asheville is actually one of the longest in the year. Yeah.